Good evening, Krista. How are you?
Fine. And
Good.
yourself?
Good. Now, I just want to ask you, why did you pick The Loves of Cassie McGuire?
Well, I chose The Loves of Cass McGuire because I fell in love with the character, mainly. And it was a play that it was a Frio play. It was his second play, and I wasn't familiar with it. And so when Larry McCluskey, who we unfortunately lost early this year, asked me to do it, wasn't necessarily a good time, and I didn't know the play, and then I fell in love with Cass. I also couldn't say no to the opportunity of working with Larry again because I've learned so much from him throughout the years, and I'm very happy that I made that decision because it gave me the opportunity to learn from him again, and very, very fond memories of that process. And I think playing a character like Cass is a gift to an actor because she's got it all, So that's why I chose this particular piece.
Can you tell me a little, I don't really know the play, can you tell me a little bit about the play?
Yes, well, the play is The Loves of Cass McGuire. It's a play about a woman who leaves Ireland and goes to live in New York in the 20s, which was obviously a difficult time. And she stays for 50 years. And she was obviously, she had a hard life. She worked in a diner in Skid Row. She never had a family. She had sort of a tough life. Everything she made, she sent home. So she always had this sense of home. And I think it's, and so she returns to Ireland and is not received with maybe the open arms that she had thought might envelop her. And I think we all have that sort of sense of home. And me, I guess the opposite, being away from home and living in Ireland now for 15 years, I can really relate to that. We all have this sense of home in our hearts that might not necessarily be true. And so as long as I've lived in Ireland, I always think of home and returning home and what would that home look like and who would I be on the return. And I just find it fascinating. And she was too big when she came home. She was brash and she drank too much, and her family didn't know what to do with her, so they just put her away. And I think in the 60s in Ireland, unfortunately, too much of that happened. If the people were too much, people didn't know how to deal with people, they just put them away. So I just found I find the play fascinating, and I think if you're not familiar with it, pick it up, give it a good read, and there's so much there.
Now, Krista, obviously you're not 70 years of age, okay? How do you feel about playing a part like a 70-year-old woman?
Well, I think that's the great thing. It had never happened with amateur drama. You're given the opportunity to play characters that you would never be considered for in a professional job or a production. And when I first worked with Larry, he asked me to play a 17-year-old when I was 30. And then this time I'm a 45-year-old playing a 7-year-old. So I think amateur theater gives you that opportunity that you'd never get anywhere else. And and what a gift. But I also want to add that I think that amateur drama in Ireland, the amateur dramatics is at a standard of exceptional quality, and so I'm still, having been here as long as I have, I'm really impressed by that, and I think it's something that Irish theatre has that a lot of other places don't. So yeah, I love playing any character and so a lot of characters, young, old. Any character that gives you that license to get up on stage and just explore the emotion that Cass has. I was pretty cool with playing 70.
Thank you very much, Krista.
Thank you.